This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Went for more, huh?
Yeah, this popcorn's good.
Without the binder, too. I mean, jeez.
I got a little bit on my mustache, a little bit on my microphone.
You guys are
I just
crushing
love your
that,
popcorn.
but you're underestimating how mad Greg Cote is. He's seething, and I can't tell whether it's at his son or all of us, but Greg is proud. He is a very good cook. This is not disputable. He is a very good cook, but to be 0-2 to us hurts him, and he got blowed out. He just got blowed out.
Blowed out.
Yeah, he got blowed out.
It was a rout. No doubt about it.
See, I don't think my dad would call popcorn or a turkey his specialty.
That's true, but
okay.
a loss is a loss.
Can we get to Chris?
But he's a popcorn king.
He did call himself the Corn King and Greggy Brackets. He also, if he was a mafioso, he'd be Greggy Brackets. But he is mad now, and he looked at you with disdain, Chris. I don't know. Can you please be honest with us about your anger? Because I don't want the audience to think this is a bit.
Right.
During the break, you were seething.
I'm surprised and disappointed by the result. I respectfully disagree with it, but I accept it.
Okay.
And what else can I say? I mean,
I mean, that's classy in defeat. I mean, he cares about his craft. I appreciate that.
Okay.
I mean, a classy seeding of the competition while maintaining your disappointment in it. I like it. It's good stuff. It was really good popcorn. It's just you came for the king.
And it was a damn good turkey, too. You just...
It was a great turkey.
Just ran
Oh my
it
gosh!
just fell short.
Like I'm
It took
telling
the
you,
greatest turkey I've ever had to knock you off. Why am I building you up? You're the champ. You're Greg Corney. You don't need me.
Greg Corney.
It is excellent popcorn,
Yeah,
okay?
I'm
not patronizing you. I'm
No,
not
that Irish butter. In fact, I'm
Greg.
gonna get up. I'm gonna get more of your popcorn.
Greg, it's really good. I mean,
Can you give me more Dan's while you're out there?
it is indisputably good, but you are indisputably angry. And I'm not sure. Can you just be honest with me right now and tell me if there had been no veneer that you had been hiding anything in, you would have said what directly to your son if I had just given you a moment of blanket honesty with no repercussions? Because I saw the way you looked at him, and it was disdain. Like, it was not only disdain, you felt like you'd been betrayed.
Correct. Yeah. My look had a little bit of WTF in it.
It's not a little bit. It was. This is not an act. I know. I have a history with your father, and I know when he's both hurt and angry. And this is a mix that if I'd had my connector, I'd put them together, and I would saw off Chris Cote's head. If I had, I mean, he poured literal salt in the wound to have the loss.
Not enough salt, though.
To have the loss come because his son, who he's been cooking for all his life, was like, not a fan of the lemon pepper, not enough seasoning. After you were real loud about telling me that I was using too much seasoning.
Yeah, it was over-seasoned. It was good. I ate this whole cup. It's good popcorn, but for me, it's too much seasoning.
In hindsight, after the results, do you regret eating all of Dan's popcorn? Because that kind of gave off how good it was.
I don't think Greg likes seasoning all that much because he said the same thing about my turkey. Like he said it was
Look
too
at all
salty.
the seasoning left over in
Oh,
Dan's
yeah,
bag.
and it's always left over. Like that, I always have.
That's a lot.
It's an absurd amount
I
of
keep
seasoning.
using it, though. I keep reusing it. It's wonderful forever because it's already made. So I've got a bunch of that at home. Where are you, though? You've kind of checked out emotionally on the show. It really feels like you're bothered and you want to go home.
That's probably accurate. Yeah, on both.
So you're going to drive home seething that you lost?
I mean,
Are you going to be saying to yourself, because I'm sorry I want this post-game interview with the loser, the gracious loser.
Yeah.
The gracious loser.
the loser.
Man, that's cold.
We usually use runner-up or finalist, but yeah, please continue with the interview with the loser.
The gracious loser.
We're here now with the loser.
He's giving us good post-game press conference at the time of maximum emotion.
I'm going to get over it. Don't worry about me.
We're here with loser Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you've lost in the finals so much. You're a loser.
What food item challenge somebody at what's your food? It's a pork butt, right? Isn't that what you
It's a
say you
pork
do the
butt.
best?
Yeah, but I'm done with this kitchen.
No, come on.
No.
Wow.
We're done. 0 for 2. A man's ego and emotion can only take so much. No, I've retired from the Meadowlark kitchen.
As a loser,
It's been a fun run.
a gracious loser.
Correct.
He
Yeah,
eats butt all
apparently.
the time.
Yeah.
It is on the road, and we should afford him that. But, I've had your soup. Your soup's really good.
Soup's excellent.
You just came for the king. Now, you were known as a turkey king, but then you had a worthy challenger. And even you
Correct.
admitted
Yeah.
that was a superior bird.
No, Roy made a great turkey.
So you're willing to admit Roy's was better, but not Dan's popcorn? Is
After
that where
losing
you're at?
4-0.
For me, it's all a matter of taste, right?
Literally.
That's all it is. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
for me,
Well, you guys said it was about presentation, and it seems like I won on taste.
it was, I would say, extremely overseasoned. For
Wow.
me,
Wow.
I think it's like I could tell in the kitchen when you were just literally like pouring all of that stuff on the corn. The corn has to be the star of popcorn, and your popcorn does not allow the corn to have the stage to mostly to itself. So
You do this with
that's where we differ.
You do this with nachos too. He doesn't like a lot of cheese on his nachos.
No, I
he's
wanna
like the
taste the
chip
nacho.
wants to be the star. I'm like, I got news
Exactly.
for you, bud. The chip is not the star here.
I mean, there are some. When you eat a grilled cheese sandwich, you want the toast, the bread, and the cheese to marry well. You want to taste both. With popcorn, you want the corn to stand out, and you want the seasoning to be the supporting actor.
Juju, put it on the poll, please. Does the corn want to be the star of the popcorn? Does the chip want to be the star of the nachos? Tony,
Yes.
Before we leave here today, and Greg, I'm sorry that you were so angry about this. Well, you stopped being a gracious loser when you said it was extremely overseasoned.
For
Now
my
you're
palate-
criticizing the winner. Now
No,
you're
for my palate, it was extremely overseasoned. And the
This is
evidence-
pretty damning
The
evidence.
evidence is in the back.
I went to go
Your
grab
Honor,
popcorn.
that is Exhibit A of my contention.
I rest my case.
Okay, but I
Thank you.
disagree with you that the corn.
And my dad was like pinching a little like
I know,
over his.
I know. But how did I win? It's because I know my audience, and they're gluttons, and the excess
We're
is.
Cuban. We have very refined palates.
Well, speaking of that, thank you for bringing that up, because Tony has now learned that he has a demo. Tony, who is getting very popular around here with a number of different demos, is more popular with one demo than all the other demos. Now, you might think, lecherous Stugotz, the way he's been pining for Tony, that would be the demo. It's sort of like that, but it's older.
It's much older, Dan. And what I've realized, guys, is the demo that I kill in my Q rating in this demo is like astronomical. It's Cuban women from 65 to about 85 is a demo that I dominate. Okay, so I had a doctor's appointment, and all the ladies that work at my doctor's office are in the demo. 65 to about 70 ladies who take their blood, do all the things that the nurses do inside the office. So when I walk in to the doctor's office, I am a superstar. They roll out the red carpet for me. No, te sientas ahí, ven conmigo. They take me into the back. Como tú estás tan grande, tú estás haciendo peso. Oh my
Grande.
God. Yeah, they're asking me how you're
He's
so
gotten so
big.
He's
What are
gotten
you
so
doing?
big. Are they holding your elbow, touching your arm
Of course,
a lot?
because they're feeling, they put the stethoscope
Yeah.
to listen to your heartbeat.
You won't struggle to find this vein.
Exactly right. So I go like this, ¿Cuál brazo quiere? Because they were going to take out some. ¿Cuál brazo quiere?
dog.
Because they were going to take some blood from me. And she's like, oh my God, que fuerte tú estás. They're, of course, treating me like if I'm.
Flirting with you.
Imagine.
You don't have to spank
Like
this
if
man.
I'm George Clooney in there, right? So they start taking my blood, whatever.
Jorge Clooney.
So much seasoning flew off my hands when I slapped
in
my
the
arm.
face, actually.
It's all trapped under my nails.
Now, again, this isn't only at the doctor's office. This is when I go to the bakery, because I go to a specific bakery every Saturday morning. They talk to me like the same way. I just have become a icon in the 60s and 70s and 80s Cuban women demographic. I feel like your mom is in that same area where,
Yeah, Mom loves Tony. Mom loves Tony.
Yes, no offense, but I do great in the LeBatard household. And I have a top 5 list of names that I get called when I'm either at La Ventanita,
excellent.
at the medical establishment that I'm doing stuff at.
It's funny. This isn't sexual harassment when Tony's receiving it.
No.
And old Cuban ladies are giving it.
No, the
If the shoe's on the other foot though, this would feel all weird.
It would. But again,
Is you calling it, I don't know the phrase you just used, a medical establishment instead of doctor's office. Is that me referring to the kitchen as the eating area?
yeah, it's you getting caught up in the air. I got things to say, but I got to cram it in. You know
All
what
right.
I mean?
Do you have OLI?
I have one OLI.
I mean, considering how big he's gotten over the last year, medical establishment might actually be a stretch for whoever this is.
All right. OLI. What do we have?
Mi tesoro.
Wow. Really? That's OLI.
That's OLI. Mi tesoro in English is my treasure.
Is this medical establishment by any chance on Bird Road? And
on-
it looks like a house.
It's off of Bird and 57th, actually, now that you mention it. But a little bit further, closer to Corway
They
than
got
Bird.
that whole row of just shady houses that that got tax permits.
Tony
to be
Bosch
businesses.
Avenue is what it is.
Number 5, mi corazón.
Oh, my heart. Yes.
My heart. I mean, when you walk in and say, let me get, dos croquetas, let me get this, let me get, eso es todo, mi corazón. And I'm like, no, I need to buy more.
It's also what I say after I have all this sodium.
Tesoro, is that treasure? I think of that as jewelry or bauble. I think of it as like a piece of treasure versus the actual treasure.
I feel like the way I take it is a treasure chest of things that are just incredible.
How do you take it?
Number 4.
Mi rey.
Oh, wow. My king.
Yeah, this is definitely a house.
My king. When they're taking my blood, que fuerte tú estás, mi rey. I'm like, ladies, come on. Come on, what do you want me to do?
This is a strong list. Number 3.
Mi amor.
Yes.
My love.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Number 2.
This one is in the lineage of mi rey, but it's something that feels a little bit more personal. Mi príncipe.
Whoa!
My prince.
Wow!
When you walk in,
That one feels better than King because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you still think I'm young.
exactly right. Mi príncipe. Like, it's amazing.
It's also more syllables of affection. The Latin language is very loving.
They thought about that one.
We're inefficient. We use a lot of syllables where we could use a few. Number 1.
Number 1, there's nothing better than when you're getting that tostada, los huevitos fritos, la colada, whatever, and they
Come
call you.
mierda is number 1.
They call you mi vida.
Wow.
My
Great
life.
list.
My entire
My
life.
life. You're everything to me
a
right
great
now.
list.
It's an excellent list.
It's a great list, mi vida.
An excellent effort by both Tony and the loser, ladies and gentlemen. Greg
He
Cote.
is still steaming.
He's so mad.
I'm madder now because
Pero mi
I
rey. No,
just tried my own popcorn, and this was an unjust verdict. I'm sorry.
What happened to the gracious loser?
I tried my own
Let's hear him
popcorn.
out.
I'm like, ridiculous.
Stolen.
A ridiculous unanimous judgment against me.
This is an
I'm
insurrection.
appealing this
This
decision.
is
Stop
an
the count.
insurrection. He will not.
You can't say stop the count when you got blanked though.
I am appealing this decision.
You're not. You're not allowing the vote to stand. You're against democracy.
He won by a lot.